Pressure. Changes everything, pressure. Some people you squeeze them, they focus. Others fold.
Promise me you won't leave me alone in there.
Promise.
A woman's shoulders are the front lines of her mystique and her make. If she's alive, there's all the mystery of a border town. Ain't no man's land in that battle between the mind and the body. You know, your natural color would really bring out your eyes.
Want to come up and tell me? No. Let's talk tomorrow. You sure?
Excuse me. What the fuck are you looking at? Yeah, you. Will you deaf or something? You don't hear me?
Oh, I hear you fine.
Yeah? So get the fuck out of my car and hear me fine.
Why? I didn't know it was your car. I'm having a good time here.
I ain't asking, motherfucker. I'm telling you to get the fuck out of my fucking car and shit the junk. Chill, man. Put your fucking door on, man. Look, chill.
Marisa, su esposa. El momento que saliste del apartamento, ella estaba arriba con Carlos. Mira, amigo, están en la pipa fumando crack. Están en la cocina compartiendo un jumbo y después, en tu misma cama, él se la va a meter por el culo. Y a ella la va a gustar. Tu cama verde especial.
It's crazy.
Sal de mi vista y póngase el cuchillo donde merece. Right, son. You still got time. There's a train coming the other way. You'll just catch it. You'll thank me in the morning.
Are you right, man?
Oh, I'm right. You'll see. What are you? Oh, there's so many names. See. Call me Daddy. Hey, I'm on your side.
You're a liar! You played me! It was a text, your text! You brought me in, you put me there! You made her lie!
Maybe it was your time to lose. You didn't think so.
Lose! I don't lose! I win! I win!
Vanity is definitely my favorite sin. Heaven is so basic. Self-love, the all-natural opiate. You know, it's not that you didn't care for Mary Ann, Kevin. It's just that you were a little bit more involved with someone else. Yourself.
What do you want?
I want you to be yourself. You know, I'll tell you, boy, guilt is like a bag of fucking bricks. All you gotta do is set it down. Who are you carrying all those bricks for, anybody? God? Is that it? God? Well, I tell you, let me give you a little inside information about God. God likes to watch. He's a prankster. Think about it. He gives man instincts. He gives you this extraordinary gift, and then what does he do? I swear, for his own amusement, his own private, cosmic gag reel, he sets the rules in opposition. It's the goof of all time. Look, but don't touch. Touch, but don't taste. Taste, don't swallow. And while you're jumping from one foot to the next, what is he doing? He's laughing his sick fucking ass off. He's a tight ass. He's a sadist. He's an absentee landlord. Worship that? Never.
Okay. I like the like scene, but I also don't necessarily want to start my reading with that because I actually, love God in my own way. But yeah, I do agree a lot with like what was said about the fact that God just like kind of takes a step back and watches and observes us like get into fuck all. And I have been like first of all, this is a reading about your next software update. So what's been really important for me in my life is a level of objectivity that just allows me to like get through life with the realization of truth, because the realization of truth, he talked about like guilt being like a bag of bricks. So for me, I don't necessarily have that much guilt, but I am like often burdened by my knowledge and my awareness. So it's difficult for me to navigate through life with like an emotional lead, basically. It's just not very productive. So this is a reading about how your mind and thought are updating, like because I'm using the mind as a metaphor for a computer. So there's three piles. There's Microsoft Windows, there's Mac, and then there's Linux. And I did a little bit of research about the advantages. I had an alarm go off. I did a little bit of research about the advantages and like details about each. So I'll give you a little bit of like an insight just in case you aren't really sure which you want to pick because you're like, what the hell? So I'll also show you the little stickers. This is pile number 1 sticker. It's L when he had a break. This is pile number 2 sticker. Or I said L. Interesting, because they are on they are on 2 different opposite sides, and there is, maybe just the question of circumstance being what defines their differences, because they are very much similar, which is the reason why they understand each other. So positioning could be like significant, especially if this in any way is going to be helpful if you're like dealing with any kind of complex social like situation. Then this could be a reading that helps you understand like your positioning and like other people's positioning, like in reference to you. It's possible. You don't have to look at it like that though. Hold on, bro, I feel like the screen is dirty. Let me see if it can be improved. Did that do something? I feel like it did. Okay, whatever. So Microsoft Windows is apparently more diverse, but more targeted by malware, more likely to support business applications, and it's like the most popular operating system. Apple is a more intuitive interface, prevalent in the more creative fields. It's less vulnerable to viruses, but it's like more expensive and elite. Like it matches really well with like its other devices, and people like to like group up over there. And then Linux is it excels in customization and like security. So, but it's because of how complex it is and like how much customization goes into it, it requires like a little bit more of like a tech interest. So like you're not gonna use Linux unless you like really are into tech, but it is free, so that's the cool thing. And then for any of you who aren't familiar with what software is a set of instructions, data or programs that tell a computer what to do and how to do it. And once again, like I said, yeah, and that like literally is the L file. What was I saying? Whatever, dude. But yeah, these are the components of a software system. New program. So I actually changed my plan a little bit, but I actually represented the new program objective with the intuition oracle. Then we're going to talk about like what energies you can include in your life that support your objective, that are available in new energies, like new, like like in this upcoming energy that you're moving into, what can you do to assist the inner, like move in the direction of the channel? I don't know why all of a sudden I can't talk and I can't communicate clearly. But I honestly, I have to be honest, my Mercury is actually in retrograde. So it's funny that my career is kind of in speaking, but I've always stuttered, like since I was a kid. Like it used to be like a lot worse, honestly. This is me after public speaking and stuff like that, and student government. So I mean, like I've always just kind of struggled to get the words from my brain to my mouth and like do that like in the proper pacing, I guess, because I tend to talk fast when I am talking clearly. But yeah, and I've also found that I relate to that glitch character from Wreck-It Ralph. So maybe some of you guys are relating to that energy coming in, like being feeling like a malfunction or really just sensitive. Okay, whatever. And then the last thing is testing suites, which I'm basically just calling whatever you have to do to prove that the system is functioning in the situation moving forward. So what would you have to do to complete this and even get the next one? All right, boom, shakalaka. I don't know why I keep saying that. I don't usually say that. That's new. But whatever. So we have Microsoft Windows. Let's do this last. So your new program code is the persistent 14 affirmation. I hold fast to my goals and ideals as I persevere. The joyful number 42 affirmation. I know that the purpose of life is to be happy and live purposefully. The desirable number 26 affirmation. I accept my desires as a pure expression of my essential self. So I feel like there could be something about you knowing that you're differentiated from most people around you. I know that this is a card that has like other people on it, but I'm really listening into, and I said listen, but you know, bear with me here. The moon called like meant to be. Like there could even be some kind of recognition of identity as being divine in this energy. So it's like it doesn't really feel strange to you to understand that as long as you continue to move towards your goals, you will accomplish them. And that's part of this like software update that's coming in, is like balls to the wall energy or no holds barred energy, because you're moving in this like blind faith energy. This also reminds me of Alexander the Great, and I like referencing that energy. I like when that comes to mind, because I feel like it's honestly inspirational. Also, I find Jesus inspirational, and I find Jesus to be a comfort for me personally, because I'm a person that has a lot of natural capacity for darkness that I can't really escape. And so I find a lot of comfort in the fact that like perfection has already been achieved, and that I no longer have to like, I have a goal in mind of what my life should look like, how I should live. But when I am not able to commit fully all the time, it's like, okay, well, I'm shuffling my hands, you see, like it's like I'm just kind of like making the most, or like I'm finding my middle path. That's like the Buddhist philosophy. It's, I'm just like, and this is also temperance, which is Sagittarius, the mastery of the higher self over the inner beast. And it's like most beneficially aspected positions, because it can also be like not having control over a beast. But depending on the context, that can be amazing, right? Because we had like Berserker Vikings, right? Very efficient. Like, say what you want about the destructive quality, but that doesn't really seem like it's very important. Whether or not you're like destructive or creative here, you're just moving with a lot of power, because you're like it's like you're the spark, like the joyful here. I know the purpose of life is to be happy and live purposefully. This is kind of like manifest destiny almost. I know I say that a lot, but I'm heavily inspired by the idea of manifest destiny. So in my life, I'm like inspired by the idea that God supports me getting what I want. That to me makes me feel good and makes me feel like there is value to all of my efforts all the time. And that allows me to like create closed circuits of joy consistently in my life. So you're moving into pathways of your life. So for better or for worse, whether or not other people recognize this as being good or not, like that actually are more fulfilling to you. Because there could be something about like a change that you're going through personally here. And I was talking about how like maybe you could be separate, like on some different shit. Like, yeah, we have a surfer here. Excitement, passion, and skill underneath it. Hold on, guys. Let's just... Hey, surfer, excitement, passion, skill, and then scientist, curiosity, questioning, and ambition. Yeah, man. Pioneer. This is you not holding back, like, at all from whatever you feel called to do. Understanding that you know exactly kind of how to figure out how to navigate whatever the situation is. Like, there are no clear instructions here with scientist and surfer. So don't look for that. Like, you're gonna know what to do just based off of who you are naturally, because you're the only one who could, like, you know, when he does that like monologue and he's like, who else could do it? And that's what this feels like. It's like you could oh my god, you could have been like born to something. You could know like already who you are. This gives me like Paul Atreides energies from like Dune. Like, you could come from some kind of royalty, because like even him is like he's the son of the chief of the police. This is the activations that are like kind of coming up for you right now. We have the Knight of Swords, the Devil, the Page of Wands, the King of Wands. And you'll know that you've like accomplished this update when you give something. So it says, one of the best feelings we can experience is giving to others. When we do so, we feel lifted up and our lives improve greatly because of someone else's happiness. Think of one way you can give to another today. I actually venerated my ancestors today, and I feel like that's exactly what that's like what I was imagining in my mind when I did it. You know, like, this is the vibe. I'd like to drink coffee. I drink a lot of coffee. So usually I can get 2 entire cups of coffee, and then like there's a little bit at the bottom that's like a little like grainier than I really prefer. But I had this little like candle cup, and I pour the remainder of the coffee in front of like this little rabbit in my kitchen, because the kitchen is the heart of the home, and that's where I like to give my offerings. So I give it in front of the rabbit so I can, like, you know, be like, thanks for blessing me with fertility and abundance in my life. Thanks, that's awesome. And it's mostly for my grandfather, because he also really liked coffee, and that's most of the reason why I drink coffee, is because this is like paternal energy, Capricorn, like is my mother's father. So that's like something that's been lent down to me. So that, once again, there's like this energy of inheritance or striving towards some kind of like leadership position, like, and you knowing who you are before you even become that, and know, like, even in the face of adversity, right? Because it could have even been that this paternal figure in your life disproved, like, is a is a point of opposition. Like that. Like, it could be that you have to like defeat your father. Like Darth Vader, this is Luke. That's literally kind of how it is. And there's like some kind of character development arc that goes along with that, where you become like you prove that you're the boss, or like that you're at least worth being seen as not an equal, but someone worth like you know, not disrespecting as easily, maybe. We have every single like kind of stage of respect here, from page to knight to king to the devil. So once again, the full cycle, like you're gonna be able to ride the wave, like whatever your vision of grandeur may be with this material world success that I feel like you're kind of headed towards. You're gonna be successful in that. You're gonna like complete that cycle, and you're gonna get a lot of life experience while you're doing it. And during that process, you might find that you have the ability to help other people in similar positions, but you know, I think you're more so just meant to be moving with the current of your life, trying to stay in the channel of the energy that is moving forward, because I do feel like you have a lot of like cardinal energy, like a lot of just firepower here. Guns blazing energy, firepower, horsepower. What's that? I'm hearing a song in my head. Hold on, man. It's right there. Give me a second. It's kind of like when you're constipated and you have to take a shit, and like the more you think about having to take the shit, you just can't. It's like slipping away from you. Give me a second, guys. I really want to. Fuck, I might have to let it go. Fuck. Just for the sake of the reading, I might have to come back after, because I don't want to spend too much time here. But I'm at the end, so, you know. I would have loved to. What is that song? And now I'm hearing I Can't Get No Satisfaction, so they've given me another song. I don't know why my spirit guides are edging me. That's annoying. Musically, anyways. We're gonna move into part number 2. Love a good musical edge. This is pile number 2. Apple. I can't get no satisfaction. Lusting, yearning has entered the chat. Okay, we have number 10, the teacher, affirmation. I study and share wisdom with those who will value it. I'm hearing, notice. Nah, bro, I am gonna play this song. I remember this song, so this one is gonna get played. And also, look at look at how cool this is. And it is, oh my god, this is totally appropriate, is it not? Okay, wow. Nice. Look, this took me a long time, guys, like, and a lot of thought. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys this song. It's actually, pretty freaking good. If you ask me. Damn, I'm realizing I'm not even in Spotify. Guys, just bear with me. This is totally worth the wait. Maybe it's not. You just have to find out. You'll just have to find out. I hope this comes up when I type it in here, because I don't know the name of the artist. But I know it's in my light songs. Yeah, go ahead and, guys, smoke, drink, do what you need to do. Here we go. This is that shit. Please play. Okay. This is the vibe. Some of you guys are like really hot, like sexually attractive people. But she's like, notice me, senpai. In the chorus. It's I'm not gonna waste too much time on that, but it is a fun little song. It is a fun little song, if you ask me. Okay, whatever. Number 41, The Improviser. Affirmation: I effortlessly adapt to deal with unexpected circumstances. Hell yeah, man. Okay, and then The Initiator, number 13. My dog just farted. Affirmation: I overcome resistance and do what must be done now. Cool. And then we have Moonshining, Stay in Integrity. Damn, I almost choked up on that one. Then we have Merle, Nourishment, Connection, and Purification. With Puffball, Humor, Revelation, and Levity. So let's just focus on this for now, because that's already quite a bit. So I feel like there could be a situation, I'm seeing a couple different things. There could be a situation where you're a leader or a teacher and there's someone who wants your attention because they see you as like being capable of blowing them up, or like they desire your validation in some kind of way, maybe because of their own wounding. So it's like this like poison apple energy. So there could be like even like an age difference here or something, like not maybe like huge unless it is, but it's like 10, 13, maybe there's like 3 years, or like there's a little bit of like a power play here. Like someone here has some kind of control maybe over a situation. And if this doesn't like actually apply to a relationship that's already in play, this could be relating to your own ability to manipulate, to disguise yourself, or like your greater like dangerousness or something, like because you know they both kind of wield shinigami, like they have demonic presences. So but neither of them seem that way in the world, like they're both publicly celebrated people. So there's something here about you learning how to adapt to yourself, maybe even creating new identity, or shining it up, or like polishing up yourself in order to stay in integrity. Like there may be things about yourself that you're changing in this new software update. Like you're deciding, like, yeah, yeah, man, because I wanted to buy another box of cigarettes today and I didn't buy it. I was like, no, man, I don't need to. So that's like a couple days no cigs, man. So I mean, it's not a huge deal. I've done this before and like decided to go back on my word a lot of times when it relates to this. But I really do feel like I could truly stop at any time, and I'm just choosing to like really like stand on it now. So with Stay in Integrity, there could be like with Revelation, some kind of energies coming in, some discipline coming in to force you into new ways to behave that honestly purify you. Like you're naturally seeking to improve, like without maybe anybody outside of you having to do that. This is just you kind of like understanding that there needs to be a shift or a change. And there could be some kind of force in your life that's like helping you or like tempting you towards this like change or shift in the positive direction. Alright. So this is the activations. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. 3 of Cups in reverse. The Moon. Wait, we only have 3 of these? There's supposed to be 4. Okay, that's fine. I'll just do it with 3. Look, the improviser. Look at me improvising. 3 could be a significant number here. When it comes to a snack pack, I can't lie. I wanna ride. Something about this software update could like once again be making you like really attractive to other people. The improviser kind of like we had surfer energy in like the first trial, so that could kind of tie in, but it kind of does give that vibe, like, hey, I'm just this cool chill guy and I'm just doing cool chill guy stuff and you're attracted to me. Maybe I'm smart and like well educated and you like my swag and my style and maybe you want to be my friend, but it's kind of hard to be my friend because, you know, I'm just this like Sasuke Uchiha kind of like keep to myself, I hate everybody kind of dude. So, like that's kind of like the vibe you're kind of maybe giving off with this like software update. Is you're maybe like differentiating yourself a little bit. Moon shining though, but I feel like whatever your internal world is, it doesn't really even matter if you try to hide it, because I do feel like the right people are gonna notice what's going on with you internally. Okay, so how do you like finish the cycle or complete the circuit? You're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way that you want them to in this moment. Have patience. It will eventually work out. And then we have faith. It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay. Yet you still must do exactly that, because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. So there's something about like your restraint here that could like needs to be developed. These came out in the reverse. So you benefit from having more restraint, more faith in your purpose, and like resisting temptation. Like you may have like a weakness as it relates to your ability to resist the forces of your life that tempt you. That either you're moving into being able to identify, if you haven't even been able to identify these things, because these could be like people. If they don't have to be like cigarettes, this could be your mother, you know, like this could be something that you previously identified as being a nourishing source. It's just like all of a sudden understanding why it isn't that and why you need to separate yourself from it, or at least like see it with the level of clarity that allows you to like moonshine, stay in integrity with yourself and what you need out of the situation in order to remain like viable. So this could mean like needing to spend some time depriving yourself of things. Like this is a conservative energy. So if you have historically been like in this energy of throwing yourself at opportunities, this is the time to like come back in towards yourself and nurture what exists internally, and and do that over some time. Maybe not like the longest period of time from 10 to 13, but like there's something about creating internal or like personal stability with 41 with the improviser. Like the ability to improvise comes from like the confidence in one's ability to make the most out of any circumstance. So that's what needs to be fortified in this software update. Okay, boom. Let's do the last file. I'm in pain. Let's do number 3. Light. See? I did it again. I did it again. I flipped it. This is interesting. Okay. See? Some of you guys are gay, and you're on here for gay advice. And I'm here to give it to you because I'm gay, and I can give you gay advice. So, this is number 29, the romantics affirmation. I allow romance to touch my heart every day. And this is like the highly customizable software. So perfect matchups, right? Like perfect opposites or like situations like that are coming up. The reputable affirmation, I live my life as if my guardian angels are watching over me. Once again. This is also giving like Mulan, we are meeting our matchmaker energy. Like situations and dynamics that you're coming into alignment with right now are like intentionally put on your path. I definitely should have like angled this differently. I realized that, but that's okay. Like that's totally fine. This reminds me in like middle school, I think it was, when we learned how to do long division and there's like stuff like on the side and it's like hanging off with like that 7 thing. I don't know why. Anyways, if anybody like is here, like, cause I have to speak about this just a little bit. Whenever things happen that are like less than ideal and it comes to me and my ability to foresee like beneficial outcomes, I always like have to factor in that like I probably would have done the right thing if there was not some kind of interference in me doing the right thing or most optimal thing. So I'm like, okay, well, like who might have had a problem with me being independently successful, working in my expertise, like intellectually. And those kind of people in my life were like oftentimes like feminine, hyper feminine energies that had envy towards me for my balance of femininity and masculinity. Like I've definitely been in my masculine energy recently. Like I've been putting out a lot of readings and like boom, 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 like producing. And you can tell like when you consume my content that I'm knowledgeable about what I'm doing and that I'm like, you know, I'm not just like talking out of my ass, like I'm actually getting somewhere. So, you know, I don't know. I feel like there could be this energy around you where people see how skillful you are and maybe envy the like how unique your path to success has been. Like you could be coming out with like some romanticized energy, some idealized energy in this next software update. Like because of like the fact that you're operating out of that 3rd tier. Like Linux, you have to actually probably know how to code and shit. Everything else is like coming to you beginner friendly, user friendly. And then we have the truthful. 333. Affirmation, I speak my truth and expect everyone I care about to do so too. So you're calling it how you see it in this next software update. And you have maybe even a unique capability to do that or like a unique willingness to do that because the difference between 34 and 33 is 1, and number 1 in this deck is the warrior. We have seek healing, glory of the seas, desire, singularity, and fame. We had 2 of these for this pile. And with barnacle, strength, and home. Then we have cap, protection, communication, identity. And reishi, longevity, divinity, and healing. So yeah, I think that you could be reserved about some of the complexities of your identity, but you benefit from healing those things and allowing yourself to live an individual and unique life paths. Like when you welcome the energy of what makes you unique, you protect your happiness over the long term. Because if you settle into the habit of like denying yourself your truth, you'll like get stuck that way. Like you'll build a life where you have to keep pretending or like have to keep performing. And it doesn't really reflect well on your faith in your ability to fully customize your lived experience. Like this guy, he goes to work with no shoes. He likes to eat cake. He's kind of like feminine in certain ways. He doesn't really like wear the police uniform. He's a different age than most of his peers. Whatever the things are that make you strange or unique are things that you should allow to promote you, and not be sources of insecurity. Okay, so the activations are the Seven of Pentacles, the Tower, Judgment in reverse, I felt like I had to put it in like the perfect place or something. And it's Judgment. Okay, I want to say, like, if you're in the process of dealing with chaos in your life right now, people haven't gotten theirs yet. But like, you are receiving some chaos. You like the world. Okay, so we have the reputable and outside that card talks about how you live your life as if your guardian angels are watching over you. So just because they're there doesn't mean that you don't suffer ever. It's just that they're there to like speak in some kind of code to you that helps you understand the significance of what you are suffering through. So yes, you are going to continue to go through like divinely orchestrated difficulty, even if that just comes in the form of intellectual challenge. But that's making you into a novelty item in this software update. Like, you're becoming a well-tuned machine or like instrument. Getting oiled up. No way. No way. No way. But yeah, but maybe like you're getting loose in some way. Like, you're like breaking out of the mold. And I was talking like the romantics here. Like, some of you are getting opportunities to flirt with people who more like fully represent your preferences, like sexually, intimately. Or you're like having opportunities to work in careers that represent your desires over the long term more fully. Like, if you weren't in an industry that made you feel fulfilled, now you see where you should move. Like, you understand now where you should go. And you have faith in the fact that that's possible because of the fact that you're being guided. And that you're deserving because you bring quality. And that you know that those who are meant for you are gonna, like, want to be around you. Okay, so how do you, like, close the circuit here? Reassess. You're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what bring you joy and who and what don't. It's time for some life cleanup. So that could be what this Tower energy is. It's like, maybe the universe is calling you out on your bullshit in some way. Like, I mentioned how I'm letting go of an addiction of mine. So you might just be getting some kind of rude awakening in your life. And that could feel like punishment. It doesn't have to be. You can choose to, like, heal from this. Like, you can choose to, like, you're at risk of, like, taking your life circumstances personally and then acting out of a way that is, like, spiteful or, like, vengeful. And then that might put you at risk for some kind of, like, negative consequence. But you don't have to be that way. Or, like, there is some kind of dance with life that you can walk that will align you with an eventual long-term, like, positive, idealized outcome. But there may, like, just need to be a need to readjust and figure out what is not going right about how you are. Like, highly customizable interface. Like, this is, like, even the energy of creating workflows or editing your previously existing workflows if you already have a system, because this is the third pile and we have 333, which is kind of like 3 squared. So something to the power. you could be like on a route to a major leadership position. Like, we have singularity and fame. Like, all of a sudden my like fingers are itching, dude. Like, who the hell is here and what the hell do you want from me? But like, yeah, I think that there could be like even weapons formed against you, like just for the quality of the things that you have and the person that you are and what you have to bring in terms of like the resource. Like, people want to put you into an energy of feeling smaller. Like, there could even be like false gods around you, to whatever extent that would apply to your life. You'll know. Yeah, you might have to deal with like a lot of projection from narcissistic energies. And it's not that you don't have any narcissistic energy of your own. It's just that I don't know that you're projecting it outwards as much as other people are. Like, you are maybe like very self-focused. Like, maybe you are building your tower and you don't really care about anybody else's tower. But I think other people have a difficult time seeing that that's the truth about themselves as well. And the sound of your instrument could bother them. You know, and that's totally a them problem, like not at all a you problem. So that's why they will get negative karma beyond even your involvement. Alright, man, that's what I have. Look at my cool rings. Okay, oh yeah, this is a Joker. These are my cool rings. Just got them today. But yeah, thanks for being here and watching the video. This will be uploaded soon, so